Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast, presents episode 660, Downfall, recorded live on December 13th, 2016. Hey podcast listeners, Duststorm here, and just wanted to give you a heads up that the recording for this episode is a little bit less than up to par than the normal podcast. We have some guests on, as you may have known from previous podcasts. We're going to have the folks from the Downfall project on, and we had a couple of technical issues with some recording of our guest's audio, so unfortunately we had to pull the stream audio, and what you're going to hear next is audio that we had going on during the live stream recording of this. So fortunately, not great audio quality for this one, but just wanted to give you a heads up. Enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, welcome to Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. I am your host, Duststorm.
And I am your co-host, Godzilla T.
And this week we have very little news to talk about. We got quite a few tweets to go through from the community side of things, and a couple other small things, and since we're kind of wrapping up to the end of the year, not too much is going on in the news space, but we do have a special guest on the show tonight, so we are pleased to welcome from the dev team of the fan project Halo, well, fan project's called Downfall, Markie. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Harvey. I'm the head of audio on Downfall, Halo fan game being made by us here at Stronghold Interactive.
Very nice. So we are going to be interviewing him a little bit later to talk about the project, which we discussed about, I think, three podcasts or so ago when the El Dorito team tweeted out a couple of fan projects. So we are happy to have you on and to kind of dive into a little bit of what is Downfall.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on.
We have a couple of housekeeping things to go over as normal. Friday we had our Fraggin' Fridays with GT, which unfortunately I missed. This is the first one I've actually missed in a little while. So how did it go, GT?
Oh, it went really well. Had a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again.
Was it Halo 5 this past week, or was it MCC?
Oh, I can't believe it. I forgot. What game did we play? Oh,
was there Warzone involved?
I'm such a bad person.
Was there Fiesta involved?
Same.
Someone go to the VODs quick. Pull up what we did last week.
Abort mission. Abort this. Fun.
I can't. Oh, I feel so bad. I can't remember.
we start off on a great foot. Looks like looks like Halo 5 Guardians according to the VODs.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
So Halo 5 Guardians. So there was probably some Fiesta, big team, maybe some Warzone in there.
Yeah, we went multiple places. Okay. But apparently I've slept since then, so I can't remember any of it.
Yay for sleep. Hopefully that's a good thing. Oh, maybe it was too much of that then.
Yeah.
No worries. So is that?
I can't believe I totally blanked on that.
It's the holidays. We'll let it pass.
Oh, jeez.
Does that mean we're gonna look at be doing MCC, or we're gonna kind of stick with Halo 5 and go into the playlist Holiday Fiesta?
We might just do the Holiday Fiesta since we will not be having a game night next week. So, we might just do Halo 5 again.
Yeah. It works.
And take advantage of the holiday playlist.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Misa, hello. Thank you for the host over on Mixer. Yeah, so we will dive into some Halo 5 then. I did actually play a game of Holiday Fiesta, and it's kind of interesting to see what they've done with the maps, and it almost is... I don't think the winter effects they added on are necessarily Forge, unless it is, in which case there's a lot more in Forge than I thought there was.
Oh yeah, you can. There's quite a bit you can do to simulate weather in Forge.
It's not just the weather.
Yeah.
They have like snow in the corners of steps. They have the icicles. They have the snow on the ground. They have the. I know the Christmas light looking things are forgeable, but I didn't know Forge was that extensive to where you could basically change the environment of a map.
That's one of the big improvements they've made with Halo 5's Forge, is that you can do that kind of stuff.
I am out of the loop on Forge then.
Yeah, that's why I don't even... I have it on my computer, but I haven't fired it up. Not in a long time. I made it through the tutorial, and that's about it.
There's still some achievements in it, too. I need to get.
Yeah.
So, anyways, all the maps that they have in there are all snow affected, and they have Christmas lights and everything else up there, so it's nice and festive and holiday Halo goodness. Or Halo Day goodness.
Too bad they can't adjust the traction level.
That would be funny. Oh, that'd be funny. Like you're sprinting and then you try to stop, but you just keep sliding.
Or you fire a rocket launcher and you go backwards.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Oh, that would... 343, if you're listening, feature for Halo Infinite.
There you go.
3, I know you're not listening, but please put this in Infinite.
So
be able to eject it.
That'd be kind of funny.
Traction level.
You could make some interesting customs with that too, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Just think of what you can do in Griffball.
Oh jeez.
Only sport I ever cared about.
One whack and then the whole map of players just goes flying backwards into a corner.
No. See, all the players would go flying because they'd all be clumped together, griefing their own team. They all just sit there and they spawn kill the entire freaking game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, for some of them.
There's a lot of fun that could be had with that.
That's true.
Yes, there is. Hey, Laird. Thanks for dropping on by.
There's a Laird.
There's a Laird. So yeah, that is, I guess, the Fragment Friday. We'll be doing Halo 5 tomorrow and the Holiday Fiesta playlist. You guys can join us. I do plan on making the tail end of it. So we're looking forward to it. As for Sunday stream, for my achievement stream, I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Got nothing. So I tried to go for the Flip Yap achievement, which is hearing the grunt say, "You killed Flip Yap!" or "Flap Yap!" or...
Yeah.
Is that really an achievement now?
That is an achievement, yes. It was one of the original achievements. And so I was playing through on CR117, and the other one that they say to try to get it on is the Covenant. I went on to True Achievements and looked it up, and a lot of people were saying they had a lot of success on CR117. The only thing is I went in solo, and of course the Arbiter being an AI was killing all the grunts, so that was mistake number one. But I did hear a grunt start to say the line, but then the Arbiter killed that grunt, and in order to get the achievement, apparently you have to let the whole audio bit play to get the achievement.
Way.
So I heard it, and I'm like, yes, I hear it, and then I hear Arby shoot it, and it's like, it stopped playing. I hope I get the achievement. And then like 2 minutes later it went by, I'm like, I don't think I got the achievement.
Another place that I've had people get it is in the towers.
Yeah, that's on the Covenant.
No.
Different towers.
When you're on the Ark.
Yeah, that's the Covenant. So the first mission is the Ark, and the second mission is the Covenant. The one where you got the 3 towers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that mission's called the
Covenant. You go into the tower by yourself.
Yeah, that mission's called the Covenant.
Tower you go in?
Yep, yeah, so I tried it there before on the previous stream and didn't get it, so one thing you have to make sure you do is kill the brutes, and then you need to leave at least like 2 or 3 grunts alive,
And if you walk up to that plate glass, that glass, you get as you're exiting, you have the enemies right there. If you walk up to that glass and stand behind the glass, they won't shoot. Well, most of the time they won't shoot you. And that's where I've seen people have the most luck at getting in line to actually pop. You can just kind of sit there and...
Yeah. And I tried that once, and it just didn't pop in there for a while. And I think I tried that tower for 20 minutes at one point, so I just looked it up on True Achievements, and a lot of people were posting about 0117, so I thought I'd give it a try. That's going to be...
Yeah, if you could just kill the freaking Arbiter.
Or you just go in co-op and then have the person sit back.
Yeah.
So, thought about that a little late. And then tried to do the mission on the library heroic without dying. And tried boom.
Died.
It was a horrible idea. We couldn't even get past
you just weren't using it right.
Well, I was playing with Bobby, so co-op piece may have been a part of the issue. And then we tried to
if you're playing co-op, then you just hide in a corner and let the other person run ahead.
Yeah.
And I can't fit my hands around the controller.
So we have that being a factor, and then being co-op a factor, and we made it to we didn't even make it to the second elevator. So I might try to run that one solo, because when I played through the campaign with my wife watching, I did it on heroic, and I got to the last door playing on my own on heroic before I died. So I know I can do it on my own. It's just I might need to just do that solo. Sorry, Bobby. All in all, to say, no achievements for me this week.
Thanks.
Then canceled the stream on Tuesday because we are trying to get all of our Christmas shopping and baking done for the holidays to try to get it shipped out this week. So we just decided to get that be a priority instead of trying to get that stream in there for this week. So hopefully next week is when we'll start her Halo 2 run. So that's the little bit of the stream stuff. Another little housekeeping piece. We are still doing the Halo Bowl thing this coming weekend. We're kind of making it 2.5 where even though we have 4 teams that are confirmed and good to go, we're kind of just playing it as a exhibition tournament type of thing. And then in the late spring, we are going to look at doing a proper Halo Bowl tournament. So we will be playing this week on Sunday at 5 p.m. Mudcat will be hosting over on Mixer, and you will see the Podtacular team out there repping and hoping to not get last place because of me. I am easily the guy that gets backpacked.
Dude, I don't even get backpack. I'm like, when you know how like dogs are born in litters, right? And then there's always like the runt that gets murdered within about 5 minutes. That's basically me.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm
like, they don't even hear it. I'm just left behind.
I say my Halo skills are above average.
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean,
but compared to Bobby and Keys, they're the ones that are kind of the heavy hitters on our squad.
I am purely there for the art, so
hey, we need all those kinds of people, so
True.
So for sure. But yeah, so the Halo Bowl will be taking place on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Mixer.com/Mudcat will be the channel. And we are going to be doing HCS-style gameplay. So there'll be everything that is the competitive settings. Same thing with, I think it's like no Spartan charge, no ground pound, no movement radar unless you're sprinting, that kind of thing. And it is all for charity, so we are raising funds for Gamers Outreach, which they're the ones that make the go-karts, the little medical gaming stations that you see in hospitals or probably have heard about. So our goal is to raise about $1,700 to complete the portion of the first year that we didn't get to filling out a cart. And as I was telling some other people, if we had 170 people donate $10, we would make our goal. There's 170 Halo fans.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes on Sunday. There's a couple of teams that in this year or this coming year have some good talent on it. So I either need to get good or not die. One of the two or both. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to bit.ly/Halo Bowl 3, all one word, with a capital H and a capital B. And you'll find more about the fundraiser and the tournament over there. Right, it is time to get into our news segment. Nothing official from the Waypoint website for this week, so we are jumping straight into playlist updates and the social stream from this week. The playlist updates is obviously we have the Holiday Fiesta, which has the wintry, Christmassy themed arena maps for standard Fiesta, so 5v5. And like we kind of already mentioned earlier, it's a lot of fun to play and really cool effects that they have done through Forge, which is still insane. We also have the social stream, which this week we had Sketch hosting and Dan Kosic, who was one of the main leads behind the E3 trailer that we saw this year for Halo Infinite. The VOD is up on the Halo Mixer channel, and Chief Canuck has also taken the stream and ripped it up to YouTube to be there indefinitely. So the 2-week disappearing time on Mixer shouldn't be an issue. So after the VOD goes away, you can check out Chief Canuck's YouTube channel where he has the stream upload to YouTube. For this week, they did a kind of a making of video for the E3 trailer. This is something that I actually got to see during PAX. It was one of the things that we got to see for Community Day. And it goes into a lot of the influence behind the game, or sorry, not behind the game, behind the trailer. What were some of the key points that they wanted to hit on? Some of the mystery behind it. So, on the Markie and GT, have you had a chance to check the video out?
Oh yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I actually didn't watch the full like hour-long presentation, but I did watch the Halo follower like summary and like recap. No, it looks freaking great. I was shocked that they would actually like kind of open up the hood like that. I don't know why, because like I guess because like I don't know. At least from my living under a rock perspective, it doesn't really seem like a lot of AAA devs do that much anymore. So it's really nice that they're kind of like, hey, let's not only show you how we did, let's literally show you like the bare bones, like day one of modeling, like levels, graphics and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool.
No, it's really cool to see a lot of the concept that went behind the making of the trailer. And I don't know if you got to this part in the VOD, but they mentioned from the storyboard concept, their very first front end-to-end concept that they had really didn't change much between the initial concept and the final version of the E3 trailer.
Not much, no.
And the actual animation that they showed is, you could line up certain scenes within the trailer with those concepts that they drew up.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why, but still probably one of my favorite parts is just the little rhino dudes that are like stampeding. I don't know why. It's hilarious to me to think of like, here's this artificial, doomsday bomb in space, but here's these like cute little rhinos all stampeding through the wilderness.
I mean, that is the purpose of
space
Halo.
rhinos.
Yes, the space rhinos. For the most part.
Can we get hashtag space rhinos going in the chat?
Oh, jeez. Go for it. Go for it. For the VOD, for the slide that they had going, it was really cool to see how they really took some of the classic themes of Halo and what they've done in past showcases in games and how they really tried to adopt that into the vision for Infinite. Like, the part where he was talking about, even though you're in a tight space, you could look up or down and see the expanse of the Halo infrastructure, and posing the questions but not answering them in the trailer, having that kind of mystery and wonder that you had during the first Halo game. So a lot of that kind of stuff really helps feel out a lot of the, I guess, classic Halo feels in a way. And if you looked at the chat during the VOD playback, or if you look at some of the responses on Reddit or Twitter, people were unusually positive for the Halo community. We'll just put it that way.
I know I will get in trouble someday or another based on my comments on let's just say the more outspoken people in the Halo community. I think I'll leave it at that. But one of these days, my don't look at my Twitter, guys.
we all grow up one of these days, right? I'm kidding. We have a lot of things to look forward to, I think, just from the one E3 trailer that we saw, but seeing the process behind it, I think, has kind of given some people a little bit of hope, unintended, in what they're trying to do with the direction they're taking Halo Infinite with.
Absolutely.
And it seems like, for the most part, this presentation has helped reaffirm a lot of people's faith in the franchise.
Yeah, the only, I guess, kind of fear I have is a lot of people are pretty certain that they're going to be doing an open world thing with it, and I don't really know how I feel about that. Just because I'm more of sorry, go ahead.
I feel there's a certain way they can do it and it would still work. Like, if you give the option for people to just kind of follow the mainline story, I think people will be okay with that. And then for everyone who's heavy on the lore side of things, that really want to explore the Halo or really like that kind of open world concept, I think there's room for that too. So don't make it like a Red Dead or a Fallout where, it is like huge where you can walk around, but still make it to where, okay, this is the path you should be following, but hey, what's this little cave over here, or what's this little canyon or pathway that I can go take? Well, it's like, okay, for sure this is where you're being pointed to, but if you want to take time to go do something else, you can. I'm not going as far as totally open world, but still be somewhat limited, but leave that expanse there.
All I'm gonna say is if I'm playing Halo Infinite, right, and then say I'm walking, say there's this base or whatever that I'm at least as like a hub or whatever, and some freaking Marine is like, another settlement needs our help, I'm gonna freaking turn that game off, burn it. I'm gonna destroy my Xbox, sell it for parts on eBay. I will take all my Halo posters down and burn them.
Jeez. That would become a meme real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think there's room for it, though. I think you can have the rail shooter that has traditionally been Halo. And if you look at how... Halo 3 had certain parts of it that felt open, even though it was still very much a rail shooter. And Halo CE, since it was the first game, and since it kind of had a different development idea beforehand, it really felt like the open world. It was just huge, but you kind of knew what you were doing. Halo 2 had some instances where it kind of felt like that too. I think it's there where you can take some of the big environments that we've seen in like the first trilogy of the games. I think Reach even touched on this a little bit too. But you can have it to where those options do exist in your surroundings.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's something that they should go the route of optional quest type things, but like little Easter eggs or little side objectives maybe. Not like a full-on quest, but just an objective.
like imagine you're just like driving through like the hills or whatever, like how you're doing in the trailer, and suddenly you just find like freaking Spartan Locke like crucified, and it's like, here lies one of the worst characters in this series.
Oh no.
I don't care, fight me.
I'll admit, I don't think he's a great fleshed out character. I'll agree to that.
Well, I have to admit, some of the things that they did in Halo 5's campaign, I do appreciate. Like on that first level, if you go around on Legendary and shoot all the knives, it changes the end of the mission. Where you get the Prophet's Bane and you get the super tall Warden and
too bad you can't take that Bane.
Knights, whatever.
You can't take that Bane with you to the next mission.
True.
Ooh. So just keep that with you the whole time.
One thing. That's one thing I miss is that the later games reset your weapons when you start a new level, where the earlier ones on some missions, you start the next mission, you could retain your weapon.
Yeah, for Halo 3, it definitely did that. And Halo 1, I think, did that. Did it? I think Halo 1 may have done it to an extent.
To an extent.
Maybe Halo 2.
Every mission.
Well, and some of the times it made sense that you started off with a different weapon in the mission. It's one thing where it's like
in Halo 5, every mission you start off with a default set of weapons.
Yeah. The missions that are kind of lined up back to back where then one mission takes place directly after a mission, that's when the weapons should carry over.
Mm-hmm.
Anything where there's like a time gap, that makes sense to actually switch it out for a default set of weapons.
But, like on Halo 3, the little Easter egg, if you carry the skull to the end of the mission on Cortana, when you start that final level, you spawn in with a Spartan laser instead of a rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Little things like that.
Yeah, little Easter eggs or features in the game would be cool. So on the social stream for next week, they're looking to get Chris Lee on and to talk about some of the Slipspace engine stuff and questions that people have. So
I'm pretty interested by that, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be kind of our first, I guess, look into Infinite that hasn't been just contained in the E3 trailer. I don't know to what extent they're going to be able to talk about anything, but
Slipspace is like an entirely new engine, right? Like did they like build Slipspace from like the ground up or?
Pretty much. I mean, there's some of the same concepts that they probably have taken from the previous engines, but yeah, from a code-based perspective, it's a completely new engine.
What the original trilogy use? I think it was like Havoc, right?
I know I've asked this so many times. I think it was Havoc for pieces of Halo, and maybe it was Havoc for the Halo CE engine, but then I thought they changed it somewhere.
If I remember correctly, I think Halo 3 is still Havoc, but I'm not sure.
If Laird's still in here, he might know.
Laird, tell us. Give us the secrets. Halo Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That was so off topic. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's definitely one of those things that I should know as kind of a Halo podcaster, but I don't.
It was Havoc till Reach.
Okay.
According to Laird.
It was Havoc? Okay. I thought there was one game engine early on, or maybe it was for the PC port that they integrated some pieces into. It could be confusing that with something else, though.
Maybe. I don't know.
For some reason, I was questioning my knowledge of it being Havoc.
I don't know. I just remember that because I used to be like super into like Crackdown 1, and I remember like freaking out. Oh, they use the same engine as Halo. Whoa.
Whoa. Crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. But yes.
Well, they did get a lot out of that engine.
They did. Yeah. Jeez.
And to see what they did from Halo CE to Halo Reach.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. No, for sure. Maybe it was the graphics engine, or maybe one of the components that they swapped out.
I think so. Yeah, I think the graphics engine. I also remember that in like the Halo CE like port, there were like certain things that were different. I may be messing this up, but I think like the reason the pistol was like so overpowered in the PC version as opposed to the Xbox version, it was because like they used like basically like they used like the campaign settings for multiplayers. I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
that's
weird
one of
like
the
that,
pieces
so
of
I'm sure
information
they're
that Gearbox did not put in the Halo CE port.
That's right.
In the Xbox console, the Magnum you played with in campaign had different settings than the one that was in multiplayer.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
In fact,
Fun fact of the day, right there.
oh yeah. There's a dude in the chat that just brought it up. That's right. That was the other game. They made Stubbs the zombie with the same Halo 1 engine. That's right. Like the exact same Halo 1 engine.
I haven't heard of Stubbs the zombie.
Sorry, Laird just brought it up in the chat, and I
see that. Yeah,
Stubbs the zombie. It's like a game that's meant to like make fun of like 1950s B movies. It's kind of like, I don't know if you ever played Destroy All Humans. It's basically like a zombie version of Destroy All Humans.
I've heard of it and I've seen a couple of videos on it, but okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
So we have someone else joining us now from the Downfall dev team. So, Markie, you want to introduce our second guest for the night?
Sure. Yeah. So this is Cameron. He is our lead writer on the project as well as a concept artist. Cameron, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, man?
Hey, so I'm Cameron. I'm also known a lot as Caminus Prime. I do a lot of Instagram stuff for cosplay, and I do a full Halo ODST costume. So that's kind of where I'm from. I've been working on the writer now for a couple weeks. I kind of was just thrown into the position when I was like looking into the project when it first started out. Dan, one of our modelers, got me onto the project, and I was like, okay, this seems cool. But then I was like kind of looking at what the old writers were doing, and I was like, hold up. I have a better idea. So we
Spoiler alert.
We scrapped all their stuff, pretty much. And yeah, now we're going with a story based on the planet of Tribute in the Halo lore. So we're following with the lore.
Okay, whoa. Let's wait for that.
Okay.
Whoa, wait a minute. We need stuff to talk about.
I could rattle on for a while, but yeah, okay. We'll get back to like.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that. Yeah.
What we're following along through in a sec.
Yeah. No, he's very eager to talk about it though, which is nice.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Well, we won't keep you too long. We have a couple of other news things for us to kind of get through, and then we'll wrap around to doing the formal big topic discussion, which is Downfall. So we went through the social stream and the playlist update. There was another entry into the Halo Universe articles. Henry Glassman. So it looks like Grim is still doing a little bit of work on the side. But you can find that over under the character section in the Halo Universe piece under Waypoint now.
Oh.
So there you go.
Sorry, I'm trying to get hip with the kids.
Good luck. I guess you're still kind of at that range, so. You
gotta understand. With how fast everything moves now, you're already old and out of date by like age 10.
Yeah. So cursed technology.
They all have iPads now.
Dude, iPads? What is an iPad, Dad?
Is that something you put on your eye?
Is that like a patch or
computers like
contact lens?
Like the generation after this current one is going to have like contact lens computers.
Yeah,
like Google Glass.
It could happen. Could happen. We have a few tweets to go over since that's kind of all the Waypoint related stuff. On the Halo side of things, obviously the Halo Fiesta for the Happy Halo Days is here, and 343 put out a tweet from the Infinite trailer screenshot, and it's winterified, and it has the Chief's helmet half snowy and half the orange sky from the original trailer, and it has Happy Holidays on there, so check that tweet out. And then they also tweeted out that the Spartan Claws and the Candy Cane, what's it called? The emblem? Yeah.
Backpack?
Yeah, but it has the two
emblem
things
your
on
emblem.
It. Yeah. Those are now available, so all you have to do is log into Waypoint or Halo 5, and you'll get those for your Halo 5 profile. Next up, we have MCC patch notes, or not patch notes yet, but we have an MCC patch coming out for next week, and there's a couple bugs that 343 Possums is wanting to make sure that we are aware of. For anyone who has mid-mission saves for Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 3, you will want to complete those, or else you'll lose them as part of this patch coming out. They haven't announced the date yet, but they're expecting to have more solid info by Monday next week. And then Spartan Ops mission completion badges will be missing in this build. They are aware that it is a bug. All the badge-related progress is being tracked. It just might not be displayed in-game until they push out the next update. We already talked about this one a lot, but this is one of their tweets. The Holiday Fiesta is here, so jump into Halo 5 Social and find the Holiday Fiesta playlist and have some fun, which we will be doing tomorrow. On the product side of things, there's a couple of new Halo Mega Construct sets that are up and out there. There's a Decimus and Falcon Strike one, and then there is also a Warthog and Hunter one, kind of going for the Halo Wars 2 stuff. So there's those couple of things out there if you're looking for some Mega Blocks for a collector out there or another Halo fan.
Wait. Is it Mega Blocks or Mega Constructs? Because I had the Mega Blocks.
It's both. Mega Constructs is the...
Those darn kids ripping off
the
Lego.
rebranded version of it.
Okay.
Yeah, Mega Constructs is rebranded.
Mattel, but about 3 to 4 years ago, they rebranded from Mega Blocks to Construct.
Well, see, I think
that was just last year, actually.
Yeah, well, it was pretty recently. Unfortunately, in Australia, we barely get any of the stock. I used to work in a Toys R Us before they closed down. I don't think I ever really saw any of the Halo Mega Constructs branded stuff here.
Oh man,
I would have brought it up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That sucks.
Yeah, a lot of it's kind of a niche here. There is stuff to buy on occasion, but it's very hard to track down and be worth getting.
imagine it's due to the location. It might honestly be pretty hard to get stuff
Pretty
down
much.
there.
But I think when
they got Fireteam Raven down there, I don't think it's that hard to get Mega Constructs down there.
That's true.
I did the launch for Fireteam Raven down here too. I was one of the cosplayers here.
Oh, very nice. So we probably saw you on social media somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah, well, 343, I put it on Reddit, and 343, a bunch of the guys there commented on it and chatted around.
Oh, sweet.
Very nice. That's cool.
Yeah, it was...
You have to send me
awesome. Time Zone invited us out. A link to that?
Yeah, send me a link to that later. I'd like to take a look at that.
I'll find a link to the Reddit.
Yeah, that works too.
Did it Reddit?
Otherwise, I can just upload the photo here in community.
Next what we have is coming from the community side of things. Reddit Halo has reached 200,000 followers. So congratulations, guys and gals. That's a lot of followers over there. I wonder where that ranks in as far as other subreddits on the site.
I don't know enough about Reddit. I have no idea. I mean, there could be Reddits out there that have a billion freaking people in it, and I have no idea.
Like the front page or something.
Reddit is the front page of the internet.
I mean, it pretty much is. Have you read it yet?
Oh.
I know that was an awful dad joke. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but that was there to be made.
That was you mean an awesome dab joke?
No, the dab for Halo was last year. That was last year.
Right on. All right, fine. I still dab. All right.
More power to you. Was it the T-pose this year? The dab was last year. We got to come up with something new.
Dude, who even freaking knows? This year it's hit or miss. Who knows?
It's been Hidden Xperia to make the... Oh, no. Was it... I don't think Hidden Xperia proposed the one for this year. Maybe he did. No, he did. No, it's Hidden Xperia's fault.
Hidden Xperia. Can Hidden Xperia do a charity live stream where if we meet the goal, then he remakes the hit or miss TikTok video?
What?
Oh God, please.
You know what you haven't seen it?
Please. Wait, you haven't not seen it?
Maybe I haven't. I just don't know that it's called that.
It's the chick everyone thought was a trap. Everyone's like,
It's
is it
not
a
a
guy
trap.
or a girl?
She is
It's
a beautiful
girl. It's a
woman.
girl. Oh god. This is
Oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
I follow her on Twitter, by the way. She's actually really funny.
Okay. We have Fush
I'm
in the
sorry,
chat
God.
saying that the gaming subreddit is 19 million. Star Wars is just shy of 1 million, but Halo is now slightly larger than Star Trek. I guess it's kind of up there. So
Okay.
I don't think a lot of players know about the Reddit actually, because like I rarely get to touch it. I'm following the Reddit, but I maybe know like 3 people who religiously follow it.
I mean, I think Reddit's probably one of the more popular sites out there for Halo news, other than Halo Waypoint, obviously. And for the most part, I think it is one of those things where, at least this has been my experience, where people have certain sites that they go to for regular news. And if Halo is not something that you're dedicated to, like if it's just another game that you play, say amongst the thousands of other games there are, that I don't think you have as many people going to sites like a lot of smaller community sites, but I think Reddit's probably one of the more well-known, that if it's a fringe thing where someone's like, okay, Halo is one of my favorite games, but it's not something I devote my whole time to, they probably know of the Halo subreddit.
No, everybody needs to get their news from the most reliable news source on the planet, Pew News. Clap, clap.
Oh, jeez.
Subscribe to PewDiePie. I was waiting for that one. I was waiting for the opportunity to throw in a subscribe to PewDiePie. You have no idea.
And it happened. Moving on.
Moving on.
We have Sketch's unofficial polls from last week. We have the results of the firefight poll. I forgot to count how many votes there were actually in the poll, but it was 45% ODST, 44% Reach, and 11% Warzone, and that was out of 3,171 votes.
I think I voted on ODST actually.
I voted ODST as well.
ODST
That
is just
was a lot
game.
closer than I thought it'd be.
People are finally waking up.
I figured Halo 5 would definitely be down there.
Well, I figured ODST would just run away with it.
Really?
Yeah, well they did it first, and it was like it hit home very well. It like established what it was meant to do. Halo 5's a bit of a mess because it wasn't the first thing that they did with like Warzone was their goal, and people just wanted firefight. It's shoehorned in there. But in Reach had a lot of fun with it because there was so many options. And like you lose those options even more in Warzone Firefight. I mean, I love Warzone Firefight, but it's not Reach Firefight, and it certainly isn't ODST Firefight.
Well, and one of the things that we were talking about last week was the fact that Halo 5 only has the 5 rounds and that's it. Whereas the Halo 3 ODST and the Reach, you had those ending rounds. So it was literally a fight to the death. Like the game ended when you were out of lives.
Well, as far as in Reach customs, yes, but the matchmade stuff, it was limited.
I honestly never played. Well, I played maybe the matchmaking firefight a couple of times, but other than that, my firefight experience was limited to customs.
Oh, I grinded the hell out of it.
I feel, man.
Because it was the best way.
Well, I played it because it was the best way to earn whatever the in-game currency was.
Bingo. There we go.
So I could
credits.
So I could unlock all my stuff. Credits, yeah.
I finished Reach as a legend, so I'm kind of happy with that.
Dude, I'm still sitting at like Brigadier First Class.
I'm whatever. I think I'm on whatever the moon one is.
Mythic.
I've been logging into Reach a lot lately, actually.
Maybe, yeah.
Same.
Like especially for Downfall, because we're kind of using some of the aesthetics of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Just
Dude, people.
References.
Sorry.
And I noticed actually logging into Reach, all my waypoint stuff's gone, so I can't access the CQB helmet, the marine, any of that sort of gear. Just so disappointing.
Dude,
Wait,
people
to like customize it in game.
Yeah.
Well, if you have that stuff unlocked, you're set.
It was unlocked, and it's saying lock. I did transfer from an Xbox One to an Xbox One X, and since then,
That shouldn't affect it.
Yeah, it should be unlocking the save itself, not.
So I might try and boot up my 360 with Waypoint and see what I can do.
Well, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
That could hopefully work. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it'll just, pop it back. I don't know.
Speaking of reach, people still to this day make maps and like screenshots and stuff and share them on the file share. I literally found a map that was made like an hour out, like before I got on the other day. Like it's incredible that people are still making stuff on Reach.
A lot of machinimators still use Reach because of the fact that you can still play with, well, that's one aspect of it, but I think the big aspect is because of the elites.
Yeah, definitely. The elites look awesome.
Yeah. So I think
I do miss the idea of playable elites.
I hope that's something that they bring back to Infinite. I mean, if it's something that you don't do for matchmaking, fine, but have it for customs and machinima at least.
Have it for the machinima creators because, like, they've killed machinima by not having elites. Like Red versus Blue's still been having some good stuff, but machinima is effectively dead without elites in newer stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just get a bunch of machinimas in Forge World for the rest of our lives.
Unless you somehow wanted to like animate an elite walking or something.
Can we just agree they look pretty freaking goofy when they walk around in Halo Reach? So they kind of got like that skulking, like hunched over thing going on.
A little bit, yeah. Certainly.
$5.
So I don't know how updated this site is, but looking at, well, and I don't think it's necessarily tracking every subreddit, but it looks like the Halo subreddit is at least in the top 600 subreddits.
Oh,
okay.
I wonder if there's a subreddit for Silent Hill. That's one of like my favorite series. I'm curious. I'll look that up when I have a second.
Probably find stuff in Reddit No Sleep if you're bored.
On the last time this site was updated, it only had 164,000 subscribers. So yeah, that site's definitely out of date.
Could be in the top 500 by now.
Depending on what the actual current rank is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next tweet that we have is just Nated giving out the grassroots skins tomorrow. So we had Vito doing it last week, and now Nate's going to be giving out some of those grassroots skins. So if you're looking to grab either the nameplate or the set of skins for Halo 5, then head on over to Nated's stream tomorrow, which will be Friday the 14th.
Ooh.
And I was born on Friday the 13th. Don't give it a better rap. And then Pixel Flare has been posting a lot of content over the past few weeks. I think he has like 3 new still images and a video that he's posted over the past week on his Twitter. So,
oh wow,
yeah, it's pretty crazy the stuff that he's popping out. Go over to his Twitter and check all that out.
Smash like on all of his tweets.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, from the community, we have HCS Pro Talk has hit 50 episodes of this as of this week. So congratulations, guys! You're basically made it through your first year.
Nice.
Yeah, they technically have 2 more episodes to go before they hit the full year mark, but most podcasts kind of counting that 50 in the year is kind of that benchmark, especially taking off like a couple of episodes a year for holidays or whatever. So yeah, congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to JK Fire and I am Mr. Mayhem over there on that podcast. The latest Puckett Top 10 is now out on YouTube for you to go watch. Some more Halo 3 goodness over there. So head on over to his YouTube channel or check him out on his Twitter, MLG Puckett, to find the latest video. No updates on Installation 01. No updates on Sins of the Prophets. We do have an update from Downfall, but since they're here, we're going to save that for the interview portion. This video has been making the rounds across social media. Halo Endgame is kind of a mashup of Halo cutscenes to the beat of the latest Avengers Endgame trailer. So a lot.
There's another Avengers movie.
Yep. It's coming out in
April.
March or April? April.
It's actually, I believe it's the same day of release as Infinity War Part 1.
Really?
Just a year later.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't feel so good about that.
So, for those in the chat, I'm going to post the video link. That was a good one. It's just one of those, really?
Feel
Type of things.
Well, see, I don't even get it because, like, I am so, like, I hate this. I'm like the unpopular opinion boy here today. I hate Marvel.
Really?
I freaking despise Marvel. I think they're like the most low effort garbage in the planet.
I mean, are you a DC movie fan?
No, I don't like action heroes. Like, period. Like, Batman's cool. I've watched some old movies. You know, I watched like the first Spider-Man, and you know, like Batman Returns is cool. Batman Robin's cool. I would definitely say I like DC more than Marvel.
Okay,
but just overall
too.
Oh, just
I mean,
yeah,
like,
no.
I don't know. The DC movies, like, I can get into watching, but at times they feel a bit cheap to me because there was the scene in Batman vs Superman, and it was when Superman's in the desert. This is going to be a bit spoilerific, but
the movie's been out for a while. The movie's been out for a while. You're totally in the clear. Yeah, you're fine.
3 years. Get with the program, people.
Watch your movies faster.
So there's like the scene in the desert, and I was with someone at the time, and like I made a joke like, "Oh, are you a terrorist?" Because Lois is like being confronted by all these like Arab guys, and then she goes, "Are you a terrorist?" And I'm like, "No way."
Oh, jeez.
Like, I don't know. DC movies, like, they just I can't get grabbed by DC movies as much as Marvel, and Marvel's got the flow to it now with their cinematic universe. DC doesn't know what they're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely am not a big fan of the DC cinematic universe. Like, that's definitely fallen off.
The
But
animated stuff.
But then again, I also just like darker things, and I feel like Marvel is very flashy and and that's cool too. But if I have a choice of do I want to see like flashy, cool, colorful superheroes, or do I want to see the dark, brooding, methodical thing, I'll watch the dark brooding. You know, that's just personal taste, but
yeah.
Sure.
Well, I mean, certain things are not for everyone, so that's fine.
The
Nothing wrong with that.
Arrowverse shows too are very, very fun to watch.
well, yeah.
Love keeping up with those. Their Elseworlds crossover this last weekend was really good.
Very nice. We've got the loot crate for the Halo loot crate is now 2 days away from being out for this next one, which is the Georgia 1 support themed. The cyber savings code, I don't think that one is there anymore, but the Geekmas one still is for 33% off for a 6-month subscription. You can get, or for any subscription that's 3 crates, you basically buy 2 get 1 free type of thing. So it's a 33% off for that. So they have the Halo crate that you can still get if you want to use the Geekmas. What's the actual code?
Just be aware with the loot crates, as someone who does buy them, if you want to go for the 12 crate or 6 crate passes, you do need to pay the whole price of it up front. So that could be like, like $300 or so. So just a heads up.
Yep.
I personally go the monthly.
So the code's actually changed. It's now Geekmas 2018, and it's 35% off select crates. And it looks like it is Loot Crate, Loot Crate DX, Lootware, Gaming, Anime, Halo, Fallout, WWE,
Anime, for real.
Slam, Marvel, Wizarding World, Deadpool, and Samri or Sanrio.
Well, I will admit right now, if there is anything that's cool in Marvel, it's Deadpool, definitely.
Okay. I try to Deadpool.
But real fast, is Blade Marvel? I think he is.
Yes.
Okay, then I like Blade too. Blade's cool.
They brought him back in the comics recently too, and one of the
dude, freaking Blade is so sick.
Yeah.
You ever seen the 90s movie? It's amazing. The 90s Blade movie.
Ryan Reynolds in number 3.
Yeah.
Oh. I haven't seen it, but I guess I need to watch it.
Literally, we have taken up the first hour of this podcast with just the news because we keep going off on tangents and making stupid jokes.
That's
we need
a norm.
Marvel podcast.
Yeah.
So again, you can use Geekmas 2018 for 35% off any crate subscription, and it does cover the Halo crate. So if you just go to like podtacular.com/loot crate, that'll take you straight to the Halo crate, and then you can use that code Geekmas 2018 to get 35%. And also, the Loot Gaming crate for this month actually has some Halo stuff in it too. So double whammy there.
Double whammy.
You can
Dude, freaking!
I think it's just restocks of old stuff. So if you missed out, I think it's like the cookie cutters and some other bits and pieces that they've got.
Usually,
with a lot of the Halo lit stuff.
So the last couple of Loot Gaming crates that they've had Halo stuff in, they have been stuff that has not been in the mainline Halo crate.
Okay. So
it should be something different.
Alrighty.
But yeah, that's basically with the coupon, it's $18.82 for one crate before shipping costs. Which is pretty good.
Bad at all. I honestly, I seem to remember them costing more, and I guess I was wrong.
So the Halo crate costs more. All the theme crates usually cost more than the standard loot crate or gaming crate. So the Halo crate with the discount is $24.04.
Okay. Laird is trying to start a fight. He says DC sucks. I'm gonna freaking end this child. Freaking 1v1 me on Twitter, Laird.
All right, look,
don't do it. Don't do it.
That'd be great. Because they're ruining the Arrowverse while they're stuffing around in that movieverse. You know, like they can't have Deathstroke in the Arrowverse anymore because
freaking
like,
Laird is challenging me right now. But yeah, no, the animated universe is fantastic. I am so sorry. We keep taking over your show.
No worries. So that is it for tweets for this time around. So we will go ahead and jump on into the main topic, which is why we have our guests on tonight over from the Downfall game development, Stronghold and was it Interactive?
Stronghold Interactive, yeah.
Stronghold Interactive.
So Halo Downfall being a fan project, this is now one of, I think, 6 that we are tracking. I think you guys are probably the 5th one that we've had on. We've had the Project Contingency folks on. We've had the Installation 01 folks on. We've had the SPV3 folks on, Sins of the Prophets, and I think you guys are number 5.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I love SPV3. Shout out to my boys.
Yeah. We just got a retweet from, or we got a like from Tim Longo too, so shout outs to him. So yeah, Halo Downfall being a community project and being one of, I guess now 4 titles that are kind of being a first-person shooter fan-made from the ground-up game. But you guys are kind of taking your own little direction on it that's different from all the other ones that we've seen so far. So give us kind of like the grand overview of what Halo Downfall is destined to be.
So as far as I think we're going to trade off here. So I'm going to talk about it in the sort of the more like mood and kind of feeling way. But if you want to go ahead and start with story, I'll go ahead and pass it over to Cameron.
Okay, cool. So,
right, so yeah,
I kind of
like a synopsis, Cameron.
Yeah, okay. So we're doing a campaign, which I think is probably one of the more different things from these fan games, is they're generally multiplayer only, I believe.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so we're writing our own story. I'm writing the story now after other writers left. We're doing something that's based on the planet of Tribute, and Tribute's been thrown around a few times before in Halo lore. It was set in, I think it was Contact Harvest. At the very beginning, there's like a scene with Johnson doing some insurrectionist or anti-insurrectionist sort of work there. There was also a Halo 4 map, and I kind of, when I first started looking into the story, I did research on ODSTs, see where like locations they dropped in universe was, and I found Tribute, and Tribute had the multiplayer map in Halo 4, which gave the perfect scene. It's like a big open city, industrial looking, and Covenant cruisers flying above, just wreaking havoc, and I thought this would be a perfect setting. So we're doing a campaign. It's going to be about 4 to 5 missions long, subject to change. A lot of things are subject to change at this point. I've been doing a lot of research into the lore. We're not going to like do anything that overlaps with the lore. Like, so we can't just say, hey, like, you know, what was it? Dutch is actually on tribute at the time, but obviously we don't want to, you know, put Dutch in there and actually have it as a character.
Yeah, so you don't want to conflict with the main Halo storyline, basically.
No.
And like, there was like a lot of ideas, like the old crew. They wanted to do this like thing of like stealing a Covenant cruiser, and a lot of people were like, oh, we want Covenant cruisers, but it's you know, it just doesn't fit in with the lore, and like we're a small team as well. Like I don't think we could really pull that off.
Okay.
Maybe, but yeah, it just seemed like a bad idea, so we dropped that. See if I can pull up my notes here real quick.
Sure.
But yeah, I've just been doing like a deep dive into all the lore of Tribute to write a story that kind of fits in with the Halo universe, but it's not going to be an official thing. But yeah, it's going to sit well enough away that it doesn't conflict, hopefully. It'll tell the story of these 5 ODSTs that are quite green still, never had any interactions with Covenant forces before.
Are they like aware of Covenant forces, at least?
We're aware of Covenant.
Okay.
It'll actually be taking place at the same time as Halo Reach. Because Reach and Tribute are in the same system, the Epsilon Eridani system.
Okay.
So, saying so a lot. Yeah, so it's going to be taking the same sort of time frame as Halo Reach with the whole evacuation of Tribute. And our ODST is going to be basically dropping in to help prevent the Covenant from taking the city, helping civilians escape the city and, yeah, survive. And it's also going to be about their survival too, so I'm hoping to have a decent story written. I could be absolutely trash as a story writer. I don't know, this is kind of a first for me. I'm a cosplayer. I mean, go check out my Instagram. Shameless self-plug.
Shameless plug.
Sure.
But, and
we'll plug ourselves at the end.
Yeah, that's fine.
My Team Raven link in there as well. But yeah, we just want to do a story that's ODSTs. I think ODST is one of the biggest games for a lot of us as fans. That just kind of resonated with everyone because it was more of a human story. I mean, Master Chief, like part of the reason they've changed Halo 4 to be more of a human story for Chief is because that sort of thing's just not as big anymore. This whole silent protagonist story. Yeah, I'm not too sure there's much more I can say on it. It's still a work in progress. We're just trying to make something that's lore friendly and that hopefully people will enjoy.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And like to your point earlier, a lot of the fan games that we've seen so far are either mods or are multiplayer focused.
Yeah.
So having a campaign story, and I know things like I think it was Project Lumoria for Halo Custom Edition. That was kind of one of those things where they tried to tell the story through that engine. But you guys are taking it one step further, and I believe you're using Unity, correct?
Yeah, yep. We're using Unity.
Correct.
Yeah, so using that engine to completely build out everything from the assets to the storyboards and sound design and everything like that.
Yeah. So I guess that's where I come in. In order to kind of drive home, because we initially had this idea, because obviously these ODSTs are fairly inexperienced. Not only have they, they've never fought Covenant, but they're not like the most experienced guys in the world. Like I kind of picture these guys as being like, oh, we were drafted, 6 months ago, fought a couple of little tiny skirmishes that we were in for like 5 minutes, but that's about it. That kind of like low experience level.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got to cut in. Because
oh no, what I get wrong?
You're getting it a bit wrong. I am kind of retconning that a bit. I'm gonna say I'm saying that inexperienced in the sense that they haven't fought Covenant. It's like how Johnson in Halo 1 said, "You boys ready to see Covenant up close? This is your lucky day." That whole line, like they're gonna be trained. They're gonna have like full ODST training, but that's
yes, of course,
like early 20s. I mean, like Buck, for example, when in lore he signed up when he was 19. Like they'll be trained, but they're not going to be Covenant experience. That's essentially what I was getting at. I think I just worded it. I don't want to have
improperly
like the in-betweeners equivalent of Halo over here. You get that reference to the show,
right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My bad. Yeah. So that's what I was getting at. Yeah. And so to kind of drive this home, soundtrack and art perspective, I was kind of thinking, okay, so those are the kind of words I'm thinking of. I'm thinking young. I'm thinking new. I'm thinking fresh. I'm thinking things like that. But also, I want to kind of get a little bit of a tinge of fear in there. Like I was tossing around, like I've been tossing around ideas of like, okay, in like the books and stuff, the brutes are like these just monstrous things that like do such like unspeakable things to humans that they couldn't even put it like in the games. And I've been kind of like throwing around this idea of like, what if, we have like certain little bits of like, oh, we're helping civilians move. And like out of the corner of your eye, you see a freaking civilian get grabbed by a brute and he literally like rips his freaking head off and like devours him right there or something, just something like that to kind of get like an extra, like not too much in the horror realm, but like enough of like, this is serious. You are not a super soldier. You gotta stick to the script kind of thing in a way. Track perspective, I've really been focusing on a lot of electronic music. I've been wanting, because I feel like something like that's closer to an original like Halo score where it's all this big orchestral stuff and stuff like that. I feel like it doesn't fit in this kind of story that we're telling because it feels ancient, feels old. We're trying to feel new and fresh and young. And for that tells me electronic, that tells me, so we're keeping it kind of simple, kind of subdued, but still electronic and booming. And
I feel like
dark.
electronic also fits the theme of the city as well.
Yeah, it's like a tech
like
center.
Halo Reach had a lot more of a, I guess like electrical rift through some of the New Alexandria missions.
Okay, yeah. And I guess
That's
you have
kind of like more of the tone, yeah.
Okay, and I guess you kind of have a little bit that you could probably glean from the ODST soundtrack too, being a little more of that ODST feeling.
So I've actually
just kind of from a mellow perspective, I guess.
Probably not.
Yeah, so I've actually been listening for inspiration. I've been listening to a lot of the Halo 2 and 3 soundtrack because they have like these little tiny electronic ambient like interludes that happen here and there. Yeah. And I've been gleaning inspiration from that. I've also been shockingly taking like actually a very unusual amount of inspiration from like the like super mellow like cloudy rap music we have going on right now. So that's mainly it's really bizarre to say that, but it's like I find myself listening to like, Drake songs or whatever to try and get these like ambient things go on with these really light percussion sounds and these really electronic little beeps. And I don't know why, but that's a lot.
A very Tron Legacy inspired soundtrack.
You know what? A lot of people I was showing people in our Discord, and a lot of them were saying, "Hey, that sounds like Tron," or "That reminds me of Tron." Yeah, I've been getting a lot of comments like that saying it sounds like Tron.
I think I made a couple comments like that. Like
I think you were one of them.
The track "Fall" from Tron Legacy being like the drop in downfall.
Yeah. So I've been, and actually, because my initial theme for like the main theme of the game, the menu, the main thing you're going to be listening to, it was a lot more traditional. There was more like pianos and choirs, and it still is, but I definitely stripped it back and made it more electronic just to kind of make it more fit in. But basically, I kind of want to have that more subdued, small, and I feel like that also kind of helps give the air of the game overall, where it's a smaller story, it's more contained. Like, yeah, it's going to be pretty actiony. You're trying to like save these freaking people and yourself, and you don't know what you're doing for the most. I mean, you do, but you're right. Like against Covenant, you're not like you're not a Master Chief. You're a guy who has been trained, but now you have the 10-foot alien in front of you. So I feel like with that, I kind of wanted to bring a darker, more mellow, more young, spry, electronic kind of feel to it, which I remember we announced via that Halo Revealed channel. Shout out to him again. And people were actually very mixed. And I feel like now that I've kind of been more open, showing people like in progress, like concepts and stuff, I feel like they're kind of gleaning more to it now. So that's good, because I honestly had no idea what I was going to do otherwise. We had so many variations, including, this kind of ties in with the story as well. At one point, we wanted a more like Halo 2 kind of soundtrack and story where it was going to be more actiony. We were going to have more like rock and metal and these like almost dubstep-y kind of things going, and that worked for about a week. And then we just kind of dropped that whole idea.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, is it one of those things that you've had a lot of time to kind of really tool the feel that you want based on the story or the architecture that you guys have created, or is it still pretty early on in the development cycle and you're still there's still a lot of wiggle room.
There's definitely
early.
Yeah, well, very early in terms of like, we've built a pretty not like a super huge library of assets, but we've been really hammering out assets a lot and really refining them and stuff. But I think the main thing that's been through the most changes is the story, because this is essentially a completely synthesized story. We're not pulling from a book. We're not pulling from established lore. Like, we are in the sense of we don't want to interfere with established lore.
I've got a good point to say after this as well. I'll let you finish, but I got a great thing to say.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you finish, but but yeah,
you raise a good point when it comes.
We don't want to interfere with the lore, and so because of that, we're kind of having to. I mean, I could say probably the first good 3 to 4 months of the project, I was just talking with our studio head, Isaac, which we wanted him to be on this as well, but he was too busy, unfortunately. Me and him just kept kind of bouncing. I would make I probably made, probably almost 20, 30 songs, just trying to really hammer out a feeling for this game. I think we're finally finding it. And then it's also feeling like now that I'm seeing more screenshots of what we're doing in engine, we're starting to block out some maps. We're starting to kind of get our models implemented and things like that. And I feel like now that I'm sort of seeing those, it's kind of refining this idea of my head in my head and allowing me to be able to get more of that thing going and be like, yes, we finally have a mood down. Finally.
Yeah.
I can stop work. So, yeah.
Get to a point where you can finally just get something down on paper and say, okay, check box on that one.
Look, we have a bit of stuff to play with now. What can we do? Yeah.
So Cameron, what were you going to bring up?
So I was actually going to bring up the original story I came in and scrapped.
Oh yeah, do you want to reveal that to the people?
Of course, because it's scrapped now. It's irrelevant now, but this is why I cut in. So Dan started telling me that the original story writers wanted to do literally Halo ODST. They wanted to be in New Mombasa at the same time as everything was going on during Halo 3 ODST. And I'm like, that's a terrible idea. You've got to work around all this lore, and you've got to design everything you're going to be comparing to ODST then. It's a bad idea. So they also had a lot of fan servicey ideas, like the Covenant Cruiser thing I mentioned before, which it just didn't make sense. So I did have to come and scrap that because, I'm mean, I guess.
if I may butt in real fast, just really quick. What he's talking about with that Covenant Cruiser is actually probably one of, I'm not going to lie, one of the worst ideas. The initial idea was, instead of having a traditional loading screen or a traditional menu screen, we were going to say, oh, okay, how about you start a new game, you go through the first mission, and then you and your boys take over a Covenant Cruiser, and then for the rest of the game you use that as a hub world. And it's no.
Yeah.
Our guys are not, we're not Master Chief. I don't even think Master Chief can do that. What makes you think these freaking guys could? And I feel like it would be too much like Spyro. I don't know.
And if we wanted a hub world, we could have better done a UNSC ship.
Sure.
I believe. We still might do something like that. I've got an idea I'm going to write up a bit more soon. But essentially, there was an idea that they wanted to fly down onto the planet to find some prototype railgun, which was going to be used as a mini nuke. And railguns scientifically don't work that way at all. So I was kind of furious, and I'm like, no, this isn't going to happen like that. And they were going to fly down to grab this railgun, fly back up, to be dropped back down to fly up to a Covenant ship. It made no sense, and it was triggering. So
I can, I'm getting the inquisical look if you're watching the stream at all.
Yeah.
But huh?
No,
I guess.
This is the point I was getting at before. We have to completely synthesize the story. So we were not only throwing things at a wall, it's we were taking every object in a room and smashing it with hammers and seeing what it was made of.
It was
trying to cobble a story out of that.
It was very very loose and very not well thought out. So yeah, I've come along and I'm putting a little bit more thought into it. I'll take a little bit longer, but we need, more work on the game, and I'll see what we can play with.
Mhm.
And if we can pull off more in the Unity engine, that means I can add more in. I might be able to add like some crazier ideas into the mix. So I'm kind of still like working with that. I've only got like an outline for all the missions and where I want this story to go. It's just a matter of seeing how far the game progresses first before I can deep dive into getting everything like set in stone.
Keep the overarching story kind of contained and simple.
Yeah. Plus, like, we're getting a feel for the tribute environment. I'm like taking down like names of like brands in the Halo universe to include in the world, and just trying to make it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Thank God for Caminus. he's been like, this store or this like restaurant exists in the Halo universe. Let's put it there.
Yeah.
Have you thought
so much potential?
Yeah.
Oh, really fast. I'm so sorry. Someone in the chat is asking if they're allowed to post questions for us.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
If you guys want to, by all means.
Yeah, certainly.
I can't see the chat, but shoot away.
Oh, we'll ask them as people.
Yeah, I'll let you know if someone asks something.
Yeah,
cool,
Cameron.
For the hubboard thing, and I just kind of thought of this, and if I'm stepping on toes or whatnot, just let me know. But for the hubboard thing, maybe do something like the Lego games do, where you're kind of in that central hub thing, and then you can go through a door or a portal to get to a certain mission or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
That feels like Spyro to me.
Address this, Markie?
Oh, it does? Okay. It's been a long time since I've played Spyro.
No, it's a good idea. And I was going to follow along with that by doing the same as that sort of like hub section in Lego. Or kind of like the tower in Destiny, but I guess the Lego actual description's better. But I was kind of hoping to make it like a multiplayer social space. Sort of like the tower in Destiny, except you walk somewhere to a door, and that goes into like the campaign lobby. You can walk somewhere else to the multiplayer, or if we add any other features, that can all be accessed in this hub world. It'll be like separate from the campaign, but it'll be set on, say, UNSC Frigate. And you can have your multiplayer appearances show up in there if you're, with other people on the lobby. Like stuff like that.
That'd be cool. I think for the most part. It depends on what else you depend on or decide to add on into the game, if it's going to be more than just the campaign, but if you're, I'm guessing you're looking at making this a co-op experience.
We can't confirm or deny.
We're still
working on it,
but we haven't. We need to see what, like I said with the story as well. We need to see what we're actually able to do. A lot of us are quite green. So
for context, this is literally I've been producing music and doing things of that sort for the past 8 years, but this is the first ever game project I've ever been on. So we're pretty fresh.
I've done studies in game design and game programming before. I haven't touched any of the programming for the game, but for design, I'm helping out with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we're also mostly college boys.
Yeah, I'm a student myself at. I'm changing to an IT degree at the moment, but that kind of limits time. But still, I've got a decent background in all this sort of stuff, so it's, I guess, a good place to head out to use those sort of skills that I've picked up. On that note as well, if you're looking to help out with the Halo project, hit us up at Halo Downfall, because we need some 3D modelers and some other stuff. So
I'm looking for people to add to the audio team.
I'd like another maybe 2 or 3 modelers if anyone's got some free time, want to, hang out with the Halo project. Hit us up.
Yeah. We do have one question here from a boy in the chat.
Did you?
Yeah. So, Boy and Lost asked, do you guys have an estimate as to when we might see a gameplay trailer or just a basic trailer in general?
So we were thinking initially, and we should never have promised this. We were thinking that we were going to have an alpha playtest ready in come early spring 2019. That is not happening. Sorry,
that was announced before I joined as well, and I had no part in delaying that or anything. But
we want to absolve Cameron of his crimes he did not commit. We let it stand before the court.
I didn't make any empty promises. I'm saying.
Kidding. So yeah.
Kidding.
So we're kind of looking now to hopefully have a trailer out in that relative time, probably closer to summer. And then hopefully by the end of 2019, we should have something to play. And
some kind of alpha or beta.
It would be absolutely a freaking alpha male.
Oh, jeez.
It'd be an alpha.
Very nice. I know there's still a lot of work you guys are still showing off on the updates and everything.
Though we finally figured out a way for all of us to have access to the Unity project, so honestly progress should be way quicker than it has.
We're about to take off. It's been a bit of development hell lately, but story's now on the way.
No, we're definitely on the
underway. Dan, our 3D modeler, we've got the one 3D modeler, and he's doing an amazing job just by himself. I will say that a lot of the stuff's a lot more low detail because we're kind of going for quantity over quality at the moment. That's kind of the goal.
Essentially,
things to play with, but we will be increasing the quality of those over time.
Not on the audio side. We're taking our time.
Dude, Markie, what's going on? You got to get better, scrub. Lift it up again. What's fine?
Get good.
But yeah,
I am their boss. I can blame them all I want.
I will not step into employee politics.
We are in what's that governmental system where oh, you're my boss, so therefore you literally own my life. Oh, freaking oligarchy. We're an oligarchy.
I was gonna say it sounds more like a dictatorship, but still.
No, dictatorship's I am God over all of you. Pray.
Is that not what you are?
All right, let's move on before we get in trouble.
Okay, let's stop.
GT, do you have any questions that you want to ask?
Shoot away, guys.
Right at the moment.
Not at the moment. All right. Well, if you get anything, jump in. I know I tend to take over interviews sometimes, so feel free to...
You know what? No, does take over interviews?
So feel free to interrupt me whenever you need to. What was kind of the initial thought into making this project happen? What kind of sparked the initial development for Downfall?
That would be a better question to ask to our studio head, because I got involved in the project by literally going, man, I would really like to work on a game. And then I opened up Instagram and then I saw in my suggested Halo Downfall. Ooh. So then I DM'd him and said, hey, yo, I do music. And he's like, send me a demo. And then I sent him the thing that would eventually become the theme. And then he's like, you need to come on. I'm like, okay. So then I've been here.
Okay.
I'm basically through the hiring process.
But, I basically heard the story from Dan. I was like, that story's bad. Gimme.
That story's so bad.
Just rip and replace.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No more like bury alive and replace it with a clone.
There's no evidence of the original story, I think.
Ever existing. We have 1984, that freaking story out of existence.
Not in my story, at least. I mean, I've used the whole thing. I used that railgun nuke to get rid of it all. What a bad idea.
I feel like if this game actually gets anywhere big enough for us to make a commentary, I think we'll just spend about 30 to 40 minutes of it just moaning and groaning over the previous story.
I will, because I guess it gave me a job.
Gave you a job. Mm-hmm.
An unpaid job. Anyway, I digress.
Fair enough. Has it always been an idea to make it an ODST-based game, or has that been...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just from day one. No, from day one of the... Day one of the project start, we were we want to do ODSTs, because Spartans, I don't want to say Spartans are overdone, but I definitely feel like there's a bit of a in the Halo community where it's oh, hello guys, we are now a new dev team, bringing back the classic Halo experience, and I'm just so over that entire concept of like the classic Halo experience. Oh, hello, let me virtue my classicness to you through my game. And so because of that, I was just like, heck yeah, dude, let's do freaking ODST. Let's be different. Let's be edgy hipsters together and make a game.
I kind of want to be a pain in here because, like, you know how much I cringe at that sort of group. So, like, as much as I love, like, classic Halo, I think, like, in current times, I mean, Halo was, like, combat evolved when it first came out. If it's not really evolving if it stays the same for 15 odd years. So, like, I think Halo 5 had a great direction. The gameplay is solid, but...
Disagree. I will say right now, I disagree.
Don't you dare. No, back to your hole.
I will fight Cameron on this.
I feel a lot of tension here.
We don't talk about Halo 5.
Story, at least. But, like, people who complain about not having sprint in the games, like, come on. Soldiers can do that.
Oh my gosh, you just run. He's a freaking super soldier. He can run people.
Yeah, I don't get that argument either.
There's that argument, and like as a cosplayer, I love the new art style because they actually have proper references. The older like games, there's no art style to the undersuits really, and it's like just I'll just use a black generic undersuit. Sure.
They don't clip into the geometry.
Generally not. There is ones that do, but generally not. Like
no, that was a joke on the old games.
Yeah.
Poor Cameron.
Seriously. Oh,
well, no, man.
Yeah. I'm assuming you guys have heard of Where is Danielle, the cosplayer?
Yeah. I know Where is Danielle.
Yeah. So she's a good buddy of mine, and
oh, you know her? Oh, that's cool.
Once. She lives like around the corner from me. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
If you check out my Instagram, she's on there a few times. We've done photos. She painted my armor.
Yeah. Dude, I love her Life is Strange cosplay. It almost makes up for how bad the game is.
Oh, we're doing SPI armor at the moment. Actually, she's dragged me into doing an SPI suit.
Oh, right on. Okay, I'm sorry. We're talking about cosplayers. Let's move on.
Oh no, but I was gonna go with the geometry clipping stuff. Me and her like were having this big argument with some guy over Facebook because he was like, "Oh, I get perfect movement in my armor, and nothing. I can jump and do all this stuff, and it moves perfectly." Me and Danielle are like, me and Danielle are like, "Nah, it's not possible to have perfectly accurate armor and move perfectly as well. Doesn't happen."
It's like
anyway,
no one cares.
No one cares. It's non-canon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
officially canon. That
do you sacrifice? Either you sacrifice mobility for accuracy, or you sacrifice accuracy for mobility.
And this guy was claiming he had both, and it's like that's not how it works.
I mean, I'm guessing there's some cosplay that allows you to do that with how some of the costumes are, but
yeah,
the Halo 4 and 5 designs do allow more mobility. Like they're designed for it. Which is
I feel like that's because they were going
art style. It's because it makes sense.
They're going for the more like generic sci-fi, like sleeker look, and because of that, I think they kind of like nailed the mobility portion more.
I think they could simplify it a bit more, so it looks closer to Halo 3 sort of, or Halo Reach, because sometimes it's too far with some of the more weird ass looking armor they do.
See, and I am a huge proponent of weird. I'm a guy who loves like surrealist art, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of harsh noise music or lowercase, any of those weird scenes that go out there. I love all that stuff. I'm a huge proponent of weird, but I think with something that's established, you need to kind of not be as weird. And I will say that I think Halo 5 over designs the crap out of certain things.
I could see that. I think back to Aaron's point, though, you gotta keep kind of progressing.
It's true. I feel like, they went from like, okay, like Halo 4 was cool because they had like some new stuff. Like, I will still say this day, there's a helmet in Halo 4 that I swear is just Isaac Clarke's helmet from Dead Space.
The Defender?
I think it's Venerator.
Yeah, the Venerator, and I think the Defender as well is like one that has like two like white stripes, red versus
last
season, like odd character.
Halo 4 kind of nailed it in the way of like it's new, it's weird, it's different, but it's not like let me make like a swirl helmet with my pizza skin AR. Like, I don't know.
That pizza skin
helmet as well. There's a special place in hell for who designed that Seeker helmet.
They need to be sacrificed. Really fast. I'm sorry. We have another question in the chat real quick, and this is actually a good one. He asked, so there's going to be a campaign multiplayer and ... Will there be a firefight? Oh boy.
I think it's feasible.
This has been a point of contention.
If we have
one thing at a time.
Co-op,
One thing at a time, boys.
yeah, let's just get a working multiplayer or co-op system.
You know what? I will
later.
I am the dirty capitalist scum, so I feel totally fine in saying I cannot I cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, it's up in the air at the moment. There's a lot of things we'd like to do, but we still are trying to test the waters for the feasibility of all this stuff. I mean, like, there's a chance like Microsoft might come along and say, "Hey, no Halo games that are fan made."
Oh gosh, if they do that, I swear I will burn my Xbox.
I mean, like, the only reason, I guess this is kind of a different point, but like, you know, we can't go ahead and do like too much of a crazy thing. We're a small team. There's like maybe like what 10, 15 guys that are working on it properly.
Yeah, it's a fan project. It's you're not even getting paid for it either.
Oh,
yeah,
this is
and like we're not getting paid for it. That's a good point. Like we don't get paid for this. We just do this in our own time, and there's only so much you can do with that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I'm not going to say like get prepared for the greatest Halo game ever. Just get prepared for whatever it is. It's going to be a thing. I hope it's a good thing.
Get prepared for a different Halo game. That's all I'm going to say.
And there'll be people that will enjoy it and really
get ready for our Halo game.
Yeah.
I think it's like meant R is in the rating. I'm like, yeah, let's do a fucking hard R.
Rated R, rated X, Xbox game.
We're gonna make Doom look like a picnic.
The goriest Halo game you will ever play.
Okay, I will say though, I am still pushing so hard. I do want gore, and I want the brutes to be dishing it out because I feel like the brutes have been held back for too long. They're just like these hilarious ape monsters in Halo 3. I want them to be like these vicious, sadistic, torturing masochist of destruction.
I mean, we could always
just like God intended.
I mean,
if we do decide to go like more gory, I guess we could always throw a room in where like brutes have been eating people and like rounding them up.
Ooh, that'd be pretty stupid. Well, because they've done it. If you read the books, they've done it. They've done
it. Exactly my point. They've done it.
I was going to mention that too. You see in the books where they describe these just gory and detailed attacks from Covenant species, or even during the insurrectionist stuff. It's not as bad, but yeah, you can definitely get graphic with it. It is war after all.
And plus, we don't have to worry about the ESRB going, excuse me, you get the wall. So like we can just do what we want.
True. Yeah, and I think for the most part, being the community game, I guess I come to think of it, I don't think I've seen really community fan projects ever get a rating because they don't sell. As far as like you don't earn money off of it.
I feel like if we were allowed to put it on Steam or something, we'd probably get a rating. I know we do plan to put it on Game Jolt, and I know that Game Jolt does ratings.
Okay.
So, but I don't want to be like, oh, we're gonna be freaking edgy, dude, and we're gonna push as hard as we can to get that mature rating. But I'm like, yeah, it'll probably be mature. Probably.
Gotcha. Eric was saying ESRB ratings are opt-in.
I mean, we could probably put like a sort of like general warning, like, hey, this game's gonna have gore and stuff. I mean, like that's not gonna be.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
We'll definitely do that in case someone's like some kid downloads it. Hey, free Halo.
Kind of point out, you will see men be ripped in half and ate in this game.
Next minute, we've got like full decapitation and like all sorts of.
Which, by the way, it was supposed to be in Halo 2, but they said they took it out because that became "quote unquote" too politically dangerous, whatever that means.
In this climate, they say that back then.
Okay.
But they did say that was supposed to be in Halo 2. In Halo 2, they were supposed to be like executing Marines at like knife point and stuff.
Well, now you have the opportunity to pick up that torch if you feel so inclined.
I feel absolutely inclined.
Oh, jeez. Not my Halo 2.
Not my
Release
Halo
the cut
2.
content.
Oh, jeez.
Release the Bungie cut Halo 2.
We need to get that demonetizable content.
I mean, considering not even monetized at all, we may as well make it demonetized.
just like we can just like Photoshop it out and be like, darn guys, we got demonetized, and just put like a fake like insert of the little yellow dollar sign.
What a shame.
Just to, like,
Photoshop it in there. Yeah.
I once made a t-shirt design that had that on it. This says "Wake up, get demonetized." Okay,
some of the YouTubers going through these days are getting that, and the whole copyright strikes with the music lately too for the Halo channels.
Oh my gosh, dude, the Act Man keeps getting like destroyed by copyright. Jeez.
It's the YouTube platform is not what it once was.
Hashtag not my Halo 2. Let's spread that all over Twitter like a virus.
So
it'll be like the next like big hashtag.
Well, the anniversary came out, so I think that's a done deal.
Oh man,
missed that opportunity.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. No.
Not my Master Chief collection.
I am CC.
The boat's almost sailed on that one too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We're so behind.
You gotta come up with the not my infinite.
Because I don't even own an Xbox One, dude. Yeah. I'm not in the current console generation.
You what? You don't have an Xbox?
You know what I've been playing recently? I've been playing like Dante's Inferno, and I've been playing Half-Life 2.
You call yourself a Halo fan? Jeez.
Because I have all the Halo games and I played them as kids, and I still do. You shut up, Cameron.
If you don't have an Xbox One, do you have all the Halo games? Do you have MCC? Do you have Halo 5?
Actually, okay, I
have Halo Wars 2.
I only bought a copy for myself of the original Halo like the other day. Like I had like anniversary. I had like like more current releases of it, and I always had access to it, but I didn't have a copy that I had legitimately owned.
Okay, everybody, we need to buy this man an Xbox One. Everyone chip in $1.
It'll be a long way.
You need like 366 people to donate. Guys, I'm starting up a GoFundMe.
You can find them for cheaper, I think. You can probably
in Australia. It's like $300 Australian, and that's not too bad.
Yeah, I think
the only reason
a bunch of stuff with it.
I'm so disenfranchised by like the current state of the console world that I would only buy one to get like Doom. That's it. Maybe Halo 5 if I felt so inclined, but I'll be frank. I think Halo 5 is like the worst Halo game they've made thus far.
Honestly, like, I'll give my bit of input here. So Halo 5's good in its multiplayer and other modes. Campaigns.
Heard that?
The story is bad. Cool. The execution's horrible.
Yeah,
it's fun. I like the co-op system. Keep that.
That's what I play games for. I don't really play multiplayer very much. I'm an artsy fartsy weirdo that wants a good single player campaign.
That makes sense then. Yeah. The multiplayer for me is my favorite multiplayer since Halo 2.
I play it regularly still, and I can't say that about Halo 4 since Master Chief Collection. Like I hit max rank in Halo 4 and then like basically haven't touched it since. It's like, what do I do now? That was easy. Yeah,
I mean, I still regularly play Halo 5, and I mean, I agree with you. The story was poorly executed. The lock backstory was bad.
Do we even want to open up? Do we even want to open up the Twitter flame war about how Cortana is just a Skynet now?
I mean, yes, but that's
for another topic of another show.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm sorry. We have taken over your interview. So
it's good. I mean, you're the featured guest, so it's all good.
That's right. Be nice to your guest, bro. All right, go
I guess it depends if we get invited back or not, but otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, you haven't gotten yourself kicked off yet, so there's still hope.
Oh, hell yeah.
We did it, Reddit.
So is there anything that you're looking to do in Downfall that's kind of you kind of mentioned the music earlier, but other than that, kind of a different tone as far as gameplay mechanics or other kind of features?
Pelicans, apparently.
What was that?
Oh, there's a drivable Pelican in Breach.
I know, but like we're planning on doing that to some degree.
Okay.
I mean, there's a drivable Pelican in Halo 4. There's that one mission where you drive a Pelican.
Yeah, that's true.
Halo 5.
Is there any kind of like function, like gameplay mechanic or other kind of feature that hasn't really been in Halo before that you're looking to add for your game?
We're going classic style. So there's no sprint, there's no sliding.
Oh, hold on, my dude. We are thinking about sprint though.
Please tell me, because I want sprint and sliding, and that's why I brought it up.
I want sprint too.
And like sprinting and then hitting in the crouch for sliding. Give me. I don't care if we do aim down slides either. That's more realistic than the Spartan HUD.
I'll tell you right now.
I feel like we are flies on the wall on like in and around the office water cooler, and you two are at the water cooler, and you have the rest of the dev team down the hall. That's what it feels like right now. Yeah. Like you guys are talking about decisions on the game. It's like we should be doing this. Is like this is like stuff that don't normally talk about outside the group. Stuff. Yeah,
because we have no shame.
Yeah,
shame whatsoever.
We have nothing to lose.
They're totally transparent.
Frankly, at this point, I don't even care. But like,
it's become self-aware.
No, seriously, our freaking meetings, we'll get like 6 or 7 of us in there, and we discuss serious things for about 5 minutes. And then we start talking about what we did in the week, and then we spend the next 3 hours talking about memes and YouTube.
So you've had an experience about this podcast,
and then magically, somehow we end up with like a week's worth of stuff to show off on the update.
Which is just
magic.
Yeah, it's magic, dude.
I can't give Dan enough of a shout out for all his work on the models. And if anyone out there is a 3D modeler with some free time and some resources to, come throw at us, come do it. Help us.
I will say right now, Dan is the single most productive person on our entire team. That guy does not eat. He does not sleep unless we tell him to, because he is just like pumping stuff out all the time. If you guys want to drop him a follow, it's at Harkaru15 on Twitter. He's a cosplayer as well. Freaking awesome guy. He does like some really good work.
How do you spell that?
HARKURU 15.
Kind of spelling on that one.
I don't think it's actually spelled right.
Yeah, I tried doing the search and it didn't pop up with anything.
Is it Harkaru?
It's
Harkaru or Hakaru?
URU.
Oh, my bad. Hakaru. Okay.
HAK
URU
15.
Yeah.
But also, I should put a bit of a disclaimer. Friends, he is what we like to call, and what he calls himself, a trap. So just trigger warning. Not trigger warning, but just like, if you're not cool with that, don't.
Okay.
But no, he's great. Someone should hire him for work after, at some point. He needs a real job. He needs a real job instead of just working with us.
It sucks over here in Australia because honestly, the gaming scene is just so dead.
Me and Dan had a whole conversation about that once, yeah.
So they cut like $10 million worth of funding in like 2013, 2014. Basically, that killed the industry over here. You saw the guys who made Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and they died off thanks to that. And a lot of companies just didn't have that support to be funded anymore. And same with like Team Bondi, the guys who did LA Noire, because they were Australian too.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have a really fast. This is actually in relation to Dustin's question. Someone asked if we plan to have ADS on our guns.
I hope so.
Really, you actually want ADS?
I'd like it. Yeah. Like I said, Halo needs to evolve, and I think ADS is part of the evolution.
So I will say right now, as a person who plays more than just Halo, I have a sneaking suspicion that that's what a lot of the problem is for a lot of people. I
play more than Halo as well. I've got like a huge library, but I'm saying, it needs to evolve. If we stay with the same thing, if Halo seems the same thing too, if any developers are listening to this at 343, please mix things up a little. Don't hand it to all the fans who are like,
I have a term that I have not used, but I will use later, not on this show. But I have a special name for these people that is a common one, but I feel like one that will very much get me in trouble. So
yeah, let's play it safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So basically, so to answer your question and his question, yeah, maybe ADS. We definitely want to have sprint. We as far as like gameplay things, I think the core gameplay is going to stay relatively classic, relatively the same. But yeah, we want to kind of bring in some ideas that, you know, Halo 4 and 5 brought in. And, you know, I'm really kind of wondering if maybe there's a way we could have a sort of, what's it called? A fusion between like armor abilities and like Halo 3 equipment. I feel like maybe there's a way we could have both, like sort of like a hybrid of both. But that's, you know, to be determined, because I feel like in Halo Reach, it was less fun because of that.
I mean, I figured technically it's feasible to do it.
Well, not less fun because they're in there, but like less fun in like from like a aesthetic side where it's like, oh, in Halo 3 you have like this cool little like ball thing, or you've got this thing you're throwing out, or this mine or whatever you just find laying around. Whereas in Halo Reach, it's just, here's a thing to plug into your back and suddenly you can do this. Block with like a hologram.
Yeah, just they're trying to innovate on different features that they could do, and looking at some of the other games that were out at the time. So, no, I think there's definitely room for it, and I'm sure you guys will work on trying to develop what things will work well with other certain gameplay features and
like innovation is key.
You gotta innovate, you gotta change. And I feel like we do need to start, like I said, like I've been looking at some pretty weird places, even just for like the soundtrack. So like people expect, oh, so you're looking at like Tron, you're looking at the Halo soundtracks. I'm like, yeah, that, but then I listened to, you know, some you know, freaking Kiki Do You Love Me freaking 100 times over, and I got some pretty cool ideas from that.
Oh, jeez.
We have a song called Stealth is an Option that I've been sharing, and there's a very specific, like, 2 sounds in there that it's just like you can almost hear Drake coming out of the abyss.
Oh, jeez.
Opens a door on tribute and just appears out of nowhere.
like in a freaking like a funeral effigy. He's like T-posing out of the abyss that is my soundtrack.
Oh,
and
man.
And also you just hear, do you love me? like a chant from the angels above.
I have a feeling you guys are going to have a lot of Easter eggs in your game.
Oh, you know, we have talked so much about Easter eggs and like hidden levels and stuff. I'm okay. This
bad. Okay, it got kind of to a point where we had to say spoiler. Everyone goes, no.
Cameron. All I'm saying is that this isn't spoilery, but this is one that Cameron will know what I'm talking about. We want to find some way to integrate loss.
You just okay. So now people are going to be looking for lost memes on.
I had the idea, which I'm pretty sure is not happening, so that's why I'm okay with saying it. I had the idea of maybe like underneath like a tank tread, or maybe if you go through like if you look at like a certain wall or whatever, there's just like a really poorly photoshopped, just like the original comic, just plastered on a wall somewhere.
I need to make a comment on this now, because there was two prominent ideas, and one of them is having like a data center, and you press a button and like the data stacks raise, and it'll be in the pattern of loss.
Oh yeah, that was
and
a
then
cool
there was
idea.
another one of actually doing a hospital in the campaign somewhere and having a civilian run in and do the actual whole comic.
Oh yeah,
they did. Those were sort of the two like most prominent ideas. So maybe keep an eye out for that. Maybe not.
Yeah. Like you're walking through like the hallway and you see this guy like looking, and like he has like his hands out over his crying wife on the bed, and everyone's like, "Ha!"
Oh, geez.
Like you can have him like run to the receptionist, go talk to a doctor, and then go into the actual room.
Yeah. So to answer that question, yes, we are a bunch of meme loving idiots, and we will probably put many Easter eggs.
I had to say, okay, everyone, you get a list. You could go write a list.
We have list, by the way.
Yeah, I had to say,
compiling a wish list.
Just give me one moment. Yeah, have a list, and we can choose some things from that. I'll be back in just 1 second.
Ruto was saying that Arkham City had a lost Easter egg in it.
It did?
That's what he's saying.
Dude, that's freaking what?
I haven't seen Lost, so I'm.
So you're not aware of the greatest meme ever told?
I'm sure I've heard of it.
Literally, it's from like a web comic from like 2006. that it's still been a meme since like day one, and it's basically 4 panels, and it's this guy, he runs desperately into a hospital. Then the next panel, he's the receptionist lady is like pointing him like to the room. The next panel, he's sitting there talking to a doctor, and he looks like horrified. And then the 4th panel, he's standing there over his wife, and it's very apparent that she had a miscarriage. It's incredibly dark, but like, because that webcomic was known for really dumb, funny, like gaming topics, and then just suddenly that just randomly appears, it became a meme for the next 12 years.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's actually really awful when you think about it, but whatever.
Fair enough.
Oh man, anyway. Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, big things. We are definitely idea people. We have a lot of ideas. And of course, we can get serious, and we have serious ideas, and this is definitely not like a comedy game. This is a serious game, but we don't want to because of that kind of like lose our sense of humor, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
sorry, I'm back.
You're good.
What it is.
Yeah. Like I said, I've said to everyone, because it started becoming too memey, if you want Easter eggs specifically, go write a list, and we'll see what we can do, but we can't just pack it full of Easter eggs, and we can't just do it right now. It's one of the later sort of things.
Community supported memes, yay!
I will say though, however, because of how big of a meme it is, I am fully comfortable with saying there will be a subscribe to PewDiePie meme in there somewhere.
Oh, that'll be totally irrelevant by the time we get there.
Don't care.
Probably.
Felix will never be irrelevant.
Oh, of course not. I love PewDiePie.
Like Jaden Animations did in YouTube Rewind, and just put like a sub on like her shelf in her section, there's a toy submarine, and then there's like a peace sign that's supposed to be 2, and then there's a bro fist. It could be something like that.
It's like this archaic person of this old media sharing site called YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I hope our game doesn't take that freaking long. Good lord.
No, I mean like if it was in universe, like 25.
Oh.
To be fair, YouTube will probably be dead by the time we get this game out at this rate it's gone.
Oh gosh, I hope not. There's too many memes to be had, man. We need more. Drake needs to drop a PewDiePie diss track. That's what we need.
Oh jeez.
Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. What do you got anything else you want to ask?
I was going to throw it over to GT to see if he had any questions that he had thought up of that he wanted to ask.
Okay.
No, they continue to answer my questions before I get them asked.
All right.
Really? Okay.
And one of these times I need to let GT just start off with the interview.
Sorry, just cut out.
Gosh.
Yeah, we're here.
We're here.
I've got a storm about to roll in over, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to last.
Okay, we're about to wrap up, so we're
okay.
We've been on for quite a while.
And well, I mean, we can have you guys on again for sure. It sounds like there's still a lot in development that you guys are working on, and we've barely scratched the surface, I think, in some areas.
Oh, I would absolutely love to be on again, man. Yeah, totally.
Hit us up maybe in February-ish, or
sure.
If you want
yeah, we'd love to be on again.
Give us a shout if you want to do some cosplay related stuff as well, because that's mainly what I do.
Are you are you part of the 405th for the Australia division?
Yes, I am.
All right, because I got a couple friends in the Colonial and the West division. I'm blanking on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, I've done a couple of. I've been the lead photographer on a couple of those convention shoots.
Yeah, I've actually retired my main ODST suit. That's kind of done now. And I'm working on a fully paper and fiberglass Master Chief build with a few other bits and pieces thrown in.
Yeah,
it's going crazy because I'm 3D printing parts and casting undersuit pieces, and it's going to look awesome. Hopefully,
the 3D printing is I'm as a person who is into politics and economics, I'm genuinely. In a lot of ways, kind of scared that 3D printing is going to kill 99% of industry.
I don't think it's going to be that much, but yeah.
No, I think it improves it. Makes prototyping faster.
True, but then everyone could just okay. Let me rephrase that. It'll kill the department store because everybody could just sell the blueprints for 80% of their products online. And you can just freaking print it out.
Yeah, you can print it out and it'll only take you 4 weeks to get it done.
But like over time, there could be like advancements, and it'll take only 2 weeks to get your TV.
I mean, and industries have seen that kind of shake up before too, though. So it's nothing new.
Yeah.
So no, I think we'll just have you guys on another time, and like you guys said, we'll try to catch you around February, March timeframe, see where you guys are at. But thank you for taking time to come on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having
Dude,
us.
I ain't got
it's thunder.
nothing but time, boy. Yeah. No, thanks for having us.
Markie. God damn it.
So you guys want to plug your socials and sites and everything?
Yes, but I will let Cameron do that first because his socials are a lot more interesting than mine.
Okay.
Okay. My main spot is my Instagram, Caminus_Prime. I'm more active there. I'm constantly updating a lot of my gear. I don't really put much downfall stuff on there yet. Maybe once it's further along. I'm hoping to hit 13 or 1300 by the end of the year. Yeah, go give us a follow if you're not already. And check out some of my builds. I'm doing currently. This year planned is like a new ADST, a chief build, Jerome, and some other small bits. I'm also doing like Overwatch McCree. So I'm doing a lot of stuff. I work with Danielle quite closely as well. Her stuff's always amazing.
Yeah, follow Where Is Danielle. She's a great cosplayer.
Yeah, she's actually been voted for Australian Cosplayer of the Year as well, and one of the top 5 finalists.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I saw. I think.
Keep an eye on that too, because that's quite big for a Halo like community cosplayer to be getting an award like that.
Yeah, that's like, definitely a big deal.
Like I can't recall any Halo cosplayers getting, recognized on stage winning anything.
Oh, I should point out, however, for the less initiated, she does other things in Halo. She has like some really cool cosplays like Life is Strange and The Last of Us. I think, didn't she do one of Lara Croft? I think
she's working on that, and she's also done Overwatch Brigade.
Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be doing that again soon. She's improved.
She made Life is Strange look cool.
And she's doing the SPI armor as well, which that's thunder. She's doing SPI armor, which she's dragged me into doing too. So get ready to see that on stream.
Okay. You stream?
In January. We're streaming it on her Twitch.
I wish I could stream.
Well, actually,
streaming the build or just streaming gameplay?
The build, yes.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing a stream at her place. We're going to be streaming and building foam armor, answering questions live. That's coming up in January. So
for sure, watch that.
Give us both a follow, and that's coming up. I do game streaming on occasion too, so I'm keen to do more of that. I do it mainly on Xbox. It's just easy.
Okay.
But yeah, get ready for some awesome content coming from the both of us. I think I'm actually going to catch up with her now if she's free. Yeah, and give us a check us out. Hopefully you guys like our stuff.
Very nice.
Man. Right, so as for me, you guys can find me at Markie the Hero on Twitter, at Markie the Hero on Instagram. More active on Instagram. It's kind of like I just kind of post random things that are like, oh, I felt like writing this guitar riff, or gee whiz, guys, I'm working on modular synthesis. So if you're a music nerd like me, you might enjoy it. If not, you might not. But so there's that. I post random things on Twitter as well. As far as my music, because I do make music solo as well, not just for games. You guys can follow me at Markie the Hero and my second account at Markie's Basement on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. The differences are pretty clear. You'll figure it out in time. Let's see. Anything else? I mean, I stream too when I can, but unfortunately, Twitch has not been very nice to me. So, and my internet has not either. So I've not been able to stream in quite some time. But if you want to follow me at Markie the Hero at Twitch, on Twitch as well, that's fine as well. And of course, you guys should totally check out the Downfall socials, which would be at SH Interactive on Twitter. And of course, Stronghold Interactive on Instagram. And I think, I'm sorry, one more thing. Our Reddit. We have a subreddit for Halo Downfall. It's r/Halo Downfall. And I think that's everything. Yeah.
Very nice.
So I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, there's a lot of stuff sometimes to cover, so.
Yeah. I will say, however, if anyone goes to like my socials for quality content, you have gone to the wrong place. You're in the wrong neighborhood. But
right,
I try. My SoundClouds and Bandcamps are, they're kind of dormant a little bit, but it's just because I'm finishing up stuff, so there should be a big upload kablow in a short bit.
Sounds good. That's going to wrap it up for the show tonight. Again, thank you both for being on the podcast tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Absolute
Namaste.
pleasure.
A couple other final things before we wrap up the show. The Spartan Company, we have a couple of spots still. We did get another commendation done, so thank you everyone for participating in that. We have our Melee commendations, so everyone should see the pack there. So now we are 16 out of 31 complete.
Yeah.
The closest one we have is kill an enemy attempting to hijack or skyjack a vehicle, where we need 15 more of those. Then the next two that are close are protecting a teammate, which is about 4,000 of those, and then from downtown, and that one is about 1,200.
Oh.
Thanks for all the help with that. The Halo store is having a 50% off sale for the holidays, so if you go over to HaloWaypointStore.com, you'll see a bunch of products listed at 50% off. So if you're looking for some last-minute Halo gifts, might be a place to check out. Reminder that our Fragment Friday is happening tomorrow, and it happens every Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, hosted by GT. And like we discussed at the beginning of the show, we will be playing Halo 5 Guardians, looking at the Holiday Fiesta playlist, as long as we have some numbers that are small enough to dive into it. Otherwise, it's usually open to lobby requests as far as game modes and other things that we're looking to do. Anything else I missed for that announcement, GT?
Only that just a small reminder that on December 21st, we will not be having a Fragment Friday. That is when I'll be spending time with my family for Christmas. So be sure to tune in this week, and we'll get some Halo 5 going. If you guys have a custom game that you have played or want to play, send me a message at Godzilla T with a link to the game type, and or bring it with you. And once our lobby gets too big for matchmaking, we can move into customs, and maybe we can find something new. And as fun as Vehicle Fiesta.
Very nice. On Sunday, I will be participating in the Halo Bowl, so no achievement stream. But if you want to check that out, that's going to be over on Mudcat's Mixer channel, so mixer.com/Mudcat. That will start at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday and go until the tournament is over. Please head on over to bit.ly/Halo Bowl 3 and check out the details there, and consider donating to Gamers Outreach. We really appreciate it. And on Tuesday, hopefully, will be the stream with the wife, starting off Halo 2 there. At least that's the game plan. And then we'll be right back here next Thursday for another show to see what we have as far as news wrapping up for the end of the year. And that should be, I think that's all the other announcements that we have. Make sure you check out the podcast network. We're part of a network of gaming-specific shows, including Guardian Radio, Critscast, Podcast 76, Work in Progress, and How to Murder Time. The website's still down. Goes to Twitter, so just go and search for all those podcasts. They're part of the network, and let them know that Podtacular sent you. Also, make sure you check out the Halo Hub. It's a Discord community for sharing community content, whether you create your own content or whether you want to share other community content that has been made. Definitely check it out at thehalohub.com. I want to give another quick shout out and thanks to Markie and
Caminus Prime.
Caminus. Okay, thank you, Caminus, as well.
I had to switch over to my phone. My network's been cut out by the storm.
I heard. Thank you for being on, and for the most part, I think we had a wonderful show, and we will look forward to seeing everyone next week. Till then, keep on fracking them trucks.